Dear Pixie, you asked us, are those entities which desire to hold back the ascension not violating the prime directive of non-interference? The entities desiring to hold back ascension are violating many protocols, including the one of non-interference. Yet we tell you and ask you to remember that it was to be this way. You designed it such that there would be those who would cross those boundaries in order to teach that which you know as right and wrong. For how can you understand right if there is no wrong? What can we, third density beings, do which the higher densities cannot do? You carry cellular memories within physical matter bodies. You are able, therefore, to attain higher dimensional states whilst being anchored within the lower density. You are able to experience oneness whilst living within duality. You are able to forgive and love in the face of its opposite. Therefore, you are able to fully experience that which is known as compassion. We from the higher levels have no anchor within our individualized collective states. We take our anchor from our conduits, from you, so that we may understand what it is to experience that which you experience. You see from a different perspective than we do. And we are as interested and as amazed by your perspectives as you are by ours. This is why we are working partners. Our conduit, Magenta Pixie, shows us the anchoring of linear third density experience and all that entails. In partnership and in energy exchange and in service, we show her the perspective of one who is not limited by linear time and third density. We show her how to move her consciousness out of time and how to merge with us, so she may see through our eyes. This partnership, that eventually becomes a merging, is the ascension of the individual. Are higher density beings, such as the Arcturians, that which we used to call angels? This is correct. Are the places in which they exist the equivalent of heaven? Yes, indeed, this is correct. It seems to me that if this is true, it dispels the abstract notions of many religions and makes them more real. Again, this is correct, although remember also that whilst heaven is a metaphor, so indeed is Arcturus. How did you come to channel the Arcturian consciousness? We see that this question is directed at our conduit, Magenta Pixie. However, we, the white-winged collective consciousness of 9, shall answer this for our conduit. For she does not fully know how she came to channel the Arcturian consciousness, neither is she in full understanding of what the Arcturian consciousness truly is. The Arcturian consciousness resides within all beings, but in many it lies dormant. It is memory of living in a higher density consciousness, in a place that is similar to your earth in many ways. If you were to imagine your earth in its most beautiful, unspoilt and natural state. When an individual residing in third density awakens cellular memory, it is pinpointed in a particular time, usually the time where the original soul spark was birthed. When an individual does what you call channel, they link into communication with the part of themselves that resides within that time frame. Hence the reason some channels communicate with many different energies. They communicate with many different parts of themselves, residing in several different time frames. These are multi-dimensional selves. We that are Arcturian in origin, because this is where our collective soul spark was birthed. Yet we are magenta pixie in the multi-dimensional form, as we are indeed you in your multi-dimensional form. Therefore, whilst we are indeed an Arcturian consciousness, we can be described in many ways. Magenta Pixie came to channel us when she realised we were a collective and not an individual. Even whilst we are the individual guide she channeled before us, we are the same being, yet reside in an even more future form of Magenta Pixie than her original guide. The further into the future we are from your timeline, the higher in density we are. For as one raises in dimensions, one moves time and space into its different corresponding geometry. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9, bringing forward with us at this time our Arcturian consciousness.